Marianna, what are you working on right now? I feel like you're someone who, because you started therapy at 6, which is just like that's another incredible thing. But like, what are you working on right now personally? What's something that you're grappling with? What's something that you're wanting to be better at for yourself, for your friends, your family, whatever, anything around you?
I think the presence is a big thing for me. I think because I used to focus so much on the future and the things I wanted for themselves, that exercise really did change my mindset. So having a gratitude journal and writing down every day, I think a lot of times we're busy in our days and our careers, like, oh, I have to go do this. I have to do this today. But it's not I have to do, it's I get to do. So I get to go work here. I get to go to this opportunity instead of I have to do these things. And that really changed my mindset of being grateful for what I get to do every single day and really focusing on that and not being so stressed about things happening in a certain year or age. I'm 36 now and I keep feeling like, oh, I'm still not ready to do all these things. Like I'm still so young. I think the older I get, the younger I still feel.
Yeah.
Where when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh, I'm getting so old. Or like, oh, 36 is so old. But now that I'm 36, I'm like, it's still so young. So I think focusing on the present, being happy with where I am today, the things I have today, and practicing that gratitude each and every day. And then I think as I've gotten older too, because my parents are older, taking care of my health, it's not about vanity. It's about how do I feel my best? How do I stay active? My parents are really young and smart in their minds and their bodies. They still travel by themselves. They're very independent people. And I think it's because they've taken care of themselves. And my dad does the crossword every day. He reads books. My mom's very independent. And I think keeping your mind young. And so doing things for brain health. Now that we're getting older, I'm like, okay, brain health, heart health, mobility, those things are all important of taking care of yourself, not just for vanity's sake, but for the health of yourself so that you can be your best self in decades to come. Because I hope when I'm 60, 70, 80, 90, I'm still able to do a lot of things and that I don't feel stagnant in my body because I let my age catch up with me.
I'm in the same boat as you. I feel like your 30s are really for that, where like your 20s, you still feel like a super person. And then in your 30s, you're like, oh, wait a minute. There is something known as getting older physically, I mean. And you start just becoming aware of how much your body has been through because you could. Mm-hmm. And then you go, why would I want to put my body through that anymore? Like, why would I do that damage to my body? And I'm definitely with you on that. I'm spending so much time reading about longevity and learning about longevity. And because, not because I want to live longer or for vanity, but I want to live healthier for longer. And I think that's the difference, right?
Yeah, I think health is so important to us and taking care of ourselves, what we eat, what we put into our bodies, how we spend our time, our brain, our energy, all of these things, because we do want to have lower cortisol levels for the rest of our lives and have quality sleep so that our brain health is there, so that we feel best in our mind to function every single day. And so I do want to live a long, healthy, youthful, smart life where I can do so many things for decades to come. And so those things are so important to me. So it's like watching documentaries around blue zones and like, what are they doing here? And how do they live longer, healthier, happier lives? And so those things are so important, especially our health, because we know like when you don't feel good, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like the second I got sick recently, and like as soon as I was done, I was like, wow, I'm so grateful for my body. I'm so grateful for my immune system and my good health, because when you feel bad, you take for granted the days that you feel good. So it's really about thinking about your gratitude each day of feeling good in your body and the days that you feel good. So one of the things I write down in my journal is I am grateful for my body, mind, and soul. I'm happy for my physical and mental health and happiness. Wow. Because that's so important to me, because it's not just like my physical health, but like, how do I feel in my mind? Do I feel happy? And you know, on the days when you don't feel so happy, you have so much gratitude for the days that you do feel good mentally.